Yes, people. Welcome to the finished article and welcome to Fergie Time. Fergie Time is where we talk all about Manchester United. And today, unfortunately, United were beaten. Beaten very convincingly by Watford. Vicarage Road, Watford beat us 4-1. Harry Maguire getting a red card. Van der Beek actually came on at half-time and scored. It was a great goal. Let's have a look. So before I move on into the actual game, please leave a like, comment, and as always, subscribe to the channel. It does help. We are on the race to 200, and we're at about 145 at the moment. The email address for the channel is below, so if you want to reach us, if you want to jump on the show, leave some feedback, that's the email address, and you can also reach us on Twitter and Facebook, and they are right here below. My personal Twitter is over there, as you can see in the corner. So you can get in touch with me there. As you can see, folks, I am on my own today. My co-host is not with me. We have been away for about 2 weeks ish. We haven't done any shows. We've just been really busy with work and a few other things personally, which is why we haven't been on. My co-host is not with me today, unfortunately. Hopefully he will be back for the other shows later on. So first things first, I'm just going to say this all out. I've just had enough of him. He didn't know what to do when we went, when we were losing. He didn't. Yeah, he made some changes, but I don't think they were the right changes fully. He took Rashford off and put Martial on. That says it all. Martial is one of the most useless people in the world. When he plays for United, it's like he cannot be asked. I am a big Martial fan, and I always have been, but the way that he plays at United is just not. It's just not for us. He needs to be sold, loaned out, whatever it is. He just needs to be gone. As I mentioned earlier in the show, the score was 4-1. Watford had a penalty. I believe it had to be retaken, and De Gea saved the retake. So, De Gea is always on form. It's not his fault that we concede so many goals. Yes, he's the goalkeeper, but it can't always rely on the goalkeeper to keep us in the game. The defense has to do their job as well, and they're not doing it. Wan-Bissaka, I have no idea where he was for some of these goals. Harry Maguire got himself sent off like an idiot. It's another game that we've lost because of Harry Maguire and his stupid mistakes that he makes. What else can I say? Fernandes was nowhere to be seen. It's like he's gone missing since the Leeds game. It's like he's not even been playing. He's just not there. Ronaldo, he was just misfiring left, right, and centre. He couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. And I'm a big Ronaldo fan, but if he's going to continue to play like that, then he needs to be put on the bench and give someone else a chance, like Mason Greenwood or Cavani. Get Cavani on. Crazy. The positive from this game that I'm going to take away is that Van der Beek actually played 45 minutes, which is triple his game time this season already. He's only played 15 minutes this season, and he's played 45, 50 minutes in this game, including injury time. So he's got some minutes under his belt. He had a great performance. He scored the only goal for United. And he almost assisted a couple of chances that just didn't go in. But I don't know what else to say. United they're just so bad to watch. It got to 3-1 and I turned it off. I didn't even realise that Watford scored another goal because it was already injury time when it was 3-1. I turned it off because I had other things to do and I couldn't be asked watching the end because it was 3-1. At 2-1, I thought, okay, we could still salvage a point. We can put a goal in the back of the net and get a draw. But then when Watford scored, I just turned it off. I just couldn't be bothered watching it. Yeah, it was just really bad to watch United. They were not urgency to get the ball forward in the first half. The second half was a little bit of a better performance, even though we conceded 2 goals in the second half. We did have quite a lot of chances that we just didn't convert into goals. And that's where we're lacking. We're not converting our chances when we're getting them. So, yeah, as it says below, Ole has no tactics. He's just got nothing. Yes, Karen. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, Ole has no tactics. From what I understand, after the game, there was crisis talks or emergency talks, as they want to call them, with the board on whether they should sack Solskjaer or not. Now, from my understanding, these talks have finished, and they're sticking by Solskjaer yet again. They're not sacking him. From what I've heard, I don't know if the talks are still ongoing. They could be. They could well be, still ongoing, and he could be sacked overnight. I'm hoping when I wake up tomorrow, I've got a message to, from someone, or I check the news and it says Solskjaer has been sacked, because that's what needs to happen. If United need, I said this to some of my friends earlier, that if we keep Solskjaer as manager, we're going to be a mid-card team. We're not going to finish. Mid-table. Apologies. We're not going to finish higher than mid-table. We're probably lucky if we finish top 6 at this rate. Like, we've been playing so bad, it's unbelievable. I'm just trying to find out the Premier League table right now. After that game, where are we? Wow, we've dropped so bad. We're 7th in the table, 1 win from the last 5 and 4 losses. That's just shocking. We're 12 points off Chelsea, who are flying at the top. Even Man City are on 23, and they've got a game in hand. I mean, this is shocking. We're level on points with Brighton, and we're 2 points behind Wolves, 3 points behind Arsenal, who just lost to Liverpool 4-0. It's just crazy. Just crazy. We're level on points with Brighton. When are we ever level on points with teams like Brighton or Burnley or teams like that? Do you know what I mean? We're usually top 3, top 4. Even at this point in the season, we're always doing well. I mean, look, Wolves at West Ham are 4th at 23 points. They're level with Man City at the moment, but Man City have got a game in hand. So if they win that, they're going to go 2nd above Liverpool. They'll be on 26 points if they win their next game. And we've got Chelsea next week. And Chelsea's form is 4 wins and a draw from the last 5. Mate, we don't stand a chance against Chelsea. Chelsea are going to annihilate us. Probably worse than Man City and Liverpool and Watford have done. I'm not even going to expect a goal from United against Chelsea. That's how bad we've been. We've been really bad. Since the Leeds game, we've been really bad. We've had a couple of wins since then, but we've still been bad in those games. We've scraped through them. I mean, we couldn't even beat Southampton after we beat Leeds 5-1. Solskjaer's just got nothing left he can give United as manager. And it's not just Solskjaer, it's his coaching staff. It's Michael Carrick and Mike Phelan. They need to go as well, because they're the ones that help him with coaching. And if they're not doing their job properly, it shows on the pitch that the training is just pointless right now. Like I said, we've got Chelsea next. I think that's our next fixture. Double check. In the Premier League, the next game is Chelsea on Sunday, but this Tuesday we're away at Villarreal on Tuesday, quarter to 6 kickoff. I'm not even looking forward to that, because we barely scraped a point. We barely won them last time at Old Trafford, and this time we're away at their ground. So I'm not even I'm not even going to have any high hopes for that game that we're going to get any points from it. I don't think we're going to get any points against Villarreal. This is just crazy. It's just crazy. I mean, in the Champions League, we are top. But we've got to play Atalanta and Young Boys as well. We're level on points with Villarreal. So if Villarreal win, they go above us. If Atalanta win a game, they go above us, and that puts us third. So that's just going to put us back into the Europa League stage, group stage of the Europa League. If we come third, we need to finish the Champions League top two. I'd like us to finish first in the Champions League, but I don't think we're going to. Not at this rate, not with the way we're playing. Yeah, we've got Ronaldo who's missed the Champions League, but I don't know. Exactly, Darren. Villarreal away isn't an easy game. Even when they came to Old Trafford, the game that me and Shaz went to watch, it wasn't an easy game. We barely scraped it with a Ronaldo salvage goal at the end after Tellez equalised. And I don't see us getting a point at all against Villarreal. And then we've got Chelsea after that on Sunday, which, like I said earlier, I don't think we're not even going to get a goal against Chelsea. Their defence is good. They're probably going to beat us worse than Man City and Liverpool have, and Watford for that matter. It's going to be probably 5-0 for 6-0 against Chelsea because they're flying right now. They're doing really well in the league. No hopes at all unless Solskjaer's gone and we've got Zidane as manager, because apparently United have upped the money that they're offering Zidane to try and persuade him to come to United. So once he says yes, Solskjaer's gone. As soon as Zidane picks up that phone and says, yeah, okay, I'm happy with this offer, let's do it, there's going to be a phone call to Solskjaer like, we don't need you anymore, you're just shit, go. Wait, you're sacked, see you later, bye. And then Zidane will come in. I think that's who United are after right now, is Zidane. I haven't really heard any other names highly mentioned. Zidane's one of the favourites in the bookies to win as well, from what I remember when I saw it online earlier. I can't believe that the crisis talks didn't end with Solskjaer being sacked tonight. It's just shocking. I don't understand why he's still there. Like, we've lost to Liverpool, we've lost to Man City. I understand that those are two big teams, and losing to them, like, it can happen because they're our rivals. We win some, we lose some against our rivals. But Watford, we should be beating, and we shouldn't be getting beat 4-1 by a team like Watford. No chance. That would never have happened under Fergie's watch. If Fergie was still manager, we would not have lost. We wouldn't be losing 4-1 to Watford. No way. Fergie won't allow that. Not a chance. So why is anybody else allowing it? It's just bizarre that these other, it's just bizarre that Solskjaer is okay with the current form of the team because of him. Like, Solskjaer is just shit as a manager. When he was caretaker manager, when he was temporary, when he won that game against PSG, and then everyone's like, oh yeah, he should be permanent manager. It was too quick. They should have let him stay on till the end of the season and see how well he did, and then maybe give him a year or two contract. But he's just signed a 4-year deal this year in the summer. I think it was before the Euros or during the Euros. Solskjaer signed a 4-year deal with United to stay on as manager, and now they're looking at sacking him. Not even 6 months into that new deal. Like, why not just offer him 1 year and say, okay, if you win a trophy this year, we'll give you an extension for a year. If you don't win, you're gone. We're not going to re-sign you. We're going to get somebody else in. It's just shocking that United are allowing this. The board are allowing it to continue. Like, Solskjaer has no tactics when we play teams. The perfect example is against Liverpool when we were pressing high against Liverpool, and you don't do that against a team like Liverpool. And that's why we got beat so bad. It's just shocking that he was told to do that, or the team were told to do that by the manager against a team that we shouldn't be doing it against. We should be doing it against teams like Watford. We shouldn't be losing 4-1 to a team like Watford. It's just shocking. Fernandes was nowhere to be seen. Ronaldo was nowhere to be seen. Sancho had a decent game. Sancho, second half, Sancho picked up. He got a lot of crosses in. He had some good crosses that we could have converted into goals. They were either wide or they just weren't on target. But we need to be more. We need to be more clinical in front of goal. If we're getting chances, we need to convert more. If we want to win games, if we want to climb that table, it needs to happen now. Solskjaer needs to go, and a new manager like Zidane, I don't know whoever else could come in. I know Conte has just gone to Spurs, so that's all out of the question, and I'm not really bothered about that. I didn't even want Conte. He's too much of a defensive manager like Mourinho. I prefer someone who plays more attacking football like Zidane would. Darren's comment is, sorry, there's the problem. Ferguson, he still has too much influence over the team. Zidane won't have that. That's why he left Real Madrid the first time. I know you might not agree with my opinion. I actually do agree. Fergie still has too much say over the team. And if he's not manager, he shouldn't have any influence over the team. That's the manager's job. And I agree with you. Zidane won't want that because you're exactly right. That's why he did leave Real Madrid the first time. And maybe that's why he's very reluctant to come to United, because he knows Fergie would, be on his case for some things that, he shouldn't even be involved in, because he's not the manager anymore. He retired from management. He stepped down from that position. Otherwise, I think he'd still be our manager. If he hadn't retired, he'd still be United manager. Again, the result was 4-1 to Watford. It's just crazy to say that Watford beat Manchester United 4-1. Their fans must be flying. They must be really happy tonight. And the United players must be kicking themselves like, why have we just lost 4-1 to Watford? I mean, I might not be the only one, but a lot of the players must be thinking, right, Solskjaer needs to go now. This is getting too much. It's not good enough that United aren't playing the way they should be. I don't know what else to say, to be honest, people. I could sit here for another 15, 20 minutes and just tell you how bad Solskjaer is, but I think everybody knows how bad he is. And everyone, United fans are mostly all the out, but there's fans like Chelsea fans, Liverpool fans, City fans, Arsenal fans, and all the other teams that, no, why do you want to get rid of him? He's doing a good job. Are you actually serious? He's doing a good job. Maybe for your team it'd be a good form, but for United, this is rubbish. This is bad. If you had a manager at Chelsea, at Man City, at Liverpool, Arsenal that was performing this bad, he'd have been sacked by now. Look at Spurs. They sacked Nuno with, 10 games, 11 games into the season. I think the only other manager that's had a bad run like Solskjaer is Arteta. And I think, no, he has had a bad run, but he still won the FA Cup in his first season. And Solskjaer hasn't won a trophy. So it's justifiable to say that Arteta is still Arsenal manager because he did win him a trophy in his first season as manager. But what has Solskjaer won us? What has he actually won us? He got us to a Europa League final and we got beat by Villarreal. What is that? Like, what other final have we got to? What other trophies have we won? Have we won anything else? No. He's got us top 4 finishes in the Premier League consistently. Since he's been United manager, we've finished top 4, but that's not good enough either. We should be winning the Premier League, or we should at least be challenging for it. That's a good question. Can United afford to pay Ole off $7.5 million? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what? I'd pay it just to get rid of him now. Otherwise, United, they're probably going to finish 10th. And that's giving them a good position. They could finish even lower than that if it continues. We're like a mid-table team. We're turning into the new Arsenal. That's all I can say. We've turned into the new Arsenal. This is what happens to Arsenal. This is what happened to Arsenal. And now it's happening to United. Crazy stuff. Crazy, crazy stuff. I would never in a million years, have expected anything like this to happen at United. For us to hit such bad form and have such a bad, few seasons without a trophy. Especially under a manager who everyone thought was going to be the saving grace for United, which he obviously isn't. He needs to go. Let someone else take over. I mean, Solskjaer needs to have some pride in himself and some self-respect and say, look, guys, I've tried my best. You know what I mean? I've tried my best. I can't do this anymore. I think it's best I leave and someone else comes in that can do a better job than me, because there are people out there that will be able to do a better job than him. And he knows that. So he should put his hands up and say, right, mutual agreement, pay me off and I'll go. Well, this is Solskjaer, in it. He's just going to stick around until they sack him. He's not going to say, right, I want you to quit. I want to leave, because then they don't need to pay him off, do they? If United say, right, we're sacking you, they have to pay him off because they're cancelling the contract or they're terminating it early. They have to pay the fee. But if Solskjaer turns around and says, no, I want to leave, I'm not doing as well as somebody else could, it goes, okay, leave then. And, we don't have to pay the $7.5 million to pay him off. It's crazy. Why keep him around? Just pay that $7.5 million off, get a new manager in, and I guarantee United will start playing better. 100% they will start playing better. Yeah, exactly, Darren. On Sky Bet, Brendan Rodgers is the favourite. I didn't know that, to be fair. I actually really didn't know that. Anybody but Solskjaer. Do you know what I mean? Brendan Rodgers would probably get a lot of stick for coming in as United manager because he's been Liverpool manager before. But he is a very good manager. Look what he's done with Leicester. Solskjaer should have some self-respect and go. But I don't think he has. He's got no shame. No, it's all right, Idris. We've not been around. We've not been doing shows for the past 2 weeks. This is the first show back after a couple of weeks hiatus from the channel. There was a Bulls and Lakers game. Okay, didn't know you were into basketball. If you are into basketball, jump over to Sarcasm City TV. They do some watch-alongs for the NBA overnight, so you might really enjoy that. Sarcasm City TV. I sent you. Flawless will look after you on that channel. But I appreciate you tuning in, Darren. Appreciate Idris and Karen. Appreciate all of you tuning in and listening to me rant about Solskjaer and United for the past 20-odd minutes. As always, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment on the channel. They are below. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Get yourself subscribed, because we do have some content coming up that I think everyone's going to enjoy. We're on the race to 200, so please help us smash that. Subscribe to the channel here on YouTube, and if you want to get on the shows, drop us an email to that email address that's on the screen right now, and we'll be back in touch with you, and we'll get something arranged. And if you don't want to email us, you can drop us a message on Twitter or Facebook. The official ones are at the bottom of the screen right now. That's all I have time for today. It was just a quick one to get my thoughts on the game out. Appreciate everyone tuning in, as I said. But for now, as I said, much love and peace out.